I'm Andy Kaufman, host of the People and Projects podcast. Welcome to my free video series entitled 20 Ways to Radically Improve Your Ability to Deliver Projects. You want one of the single greatest factors in successful project delivery comes down to? It's the support of your sponsor. You know, it is such a key relationship. And think about, why would that be? Why is it that it's even more important than your methodology or involvement of the business and users and many of the things we've already talked about? Well, if you have problems in your project, a lot of times what I find is project managers, they don't have the political clout themselves to go off and fix something. Think about what a project manager can do. I'm stuck here, one stakeholder says zig, the other one says zag. And I don't have the political clout to just make it happen. What is it that an involved supportive sponsor could do? Well, they could make the decision. They could coach me on how to make that decision. They could go and facilitate it. They could coach me on how to facilitate it. They could go talk to their bosses. There's all kinds of things they could do. And since they own more of the pie, if not the whole pie, they can reallocate money, they can pull resources. There's all kinds of things that they can do to help you with your project that maybe you and I on our own couldn't do. Now, of course, you might be thinking this. When I share this in my project management classes all over the world, eventually someone says, well, I guess I'm doomed then because I don't have support from my sponsor. Well, the way I like to deal with that is to reframe it. And that is, if you feel like you're not getting support from your sponsor, let me ask you an important question. What are you doing to get it? And the reason I ask that question is I get to hang out with a lot of sponsors, and guess what some of their biggest complaints are about their project managers? You know what I hear? Things like communication. You know, hey Kaufman, he hasn't talked to me for 3, 4, 5 weeks, now he's waving paper in my face saying he needs more time or money. I don't even know if that's true. Or, every time that project manager comes in and talks to me, my eyes start glazing over because he's using detailed terms or he's getting into a level of detail that I don't need. Have you learned that when you present to senior management, you present differently than when you present to your team? Or another thing that I hear sponsors complain about with their project managers is, I just feel like people aren't taking ownership over their projects. It's almost like, as project managers, we walk in and say, you know what, we're gonna be about 3 weeks late. Sorry, and walk out. And not showing that we're wrestling with it and trying to make it happen. Here's my point. If you don't know what keeps your boss or your sponsor awake at night, at least regarding work, I would argue you're not doing your job. Increasingly, what we find is managing is not managing down to a group of subordinates. I mean, what a crazy word that is. Increasingly, as you get more and more responsibility, you have to manage up and manage out. And a key part of managing up is understanding what are their priorities, what are their fears, how do they want to be interacted with? Do they want to be copied on everything? Do they prefer pictures? Do they prefer PowerPoint decks? Do they prefer just you writing on a whiteboard? Those are the key questions you need to be able to answer. You want to radically improve your ability to deliver projects? Develop your relationship with your sponsor. And one practical discussion you can have early on in the project is to sit with your sponsor and say, what do you need from me? What do you need from me in this project? Make sure you take good notes. But don't leave that discussion without also letting them know what you need from them. That simple discussion and then an ongoing process of developing that relationship with a sponsor can help you radically improve your ability to deliver your projects. Hey, take a minute to visit us online at freeprojectmanagementvideos.com. You'll get exclusive access to our free video series entitled 20 Ways to Radically Improve Your Ability to Deliver Projects. We'll see you there.